Welcome back, man. Welcome back. It's another episode of that Stay Off My Grass podcast. You got your boy Suns fan Randy, and man, it felt so good to watch the Suns after what 5, 6 months. It felt so good to cut on the TV, NBA TV, and watch. You know what I'm saying? Devin Booker get some shots up, watch the team get up and down the floor one good time, man. It looked good. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul looked like he lost some weight. DeAndre Ayton looked like he picked up some weight. So did Cam Johnson. A little Mikal Bridges might have picked up a few pounds here and there. It was all right. We got some pros. We got some cons. I'm gonna dive into the game. Like I said, I just want to preface it by saying like it's the preseason. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to overreact, so don't go too crazy on me when you know what I'm saying, on my opinions on what I seen out there today. But like I said, it's the preseason. It was what it was. Like I'm pretty sure everybody didn't take it serious, but like I said, I've seen some pros, I've seen some good things, I've seen some bad things, some things that kind of concern me, and I'll just dive into it. So first thing first, I noticed is I feel like something that was like I'm gonna dive into the cons first. So first thing I noticed, I was like, man, like I feel like the camaraderie wasn't there with that starting unit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm tripping. We could talk about it in the comment section. Maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like the camaraderie wasn't there with everybody. I felt like the energy was just off. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they was force feeding DeAndre Ayton. It gave off a vibe of like, all right, like you want the ball so much, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Take the ball or whatever. We've seen a whole lot of ISO post ups and stuff like that with DeAndre Ayton, which is not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing. We seen him ISO, everybody just clear out one side and let DeAndre go to work, which is not a bad thing. I want to say 8 out of the 10 times he scored the ball. So I wasn't really mad at it. He showed his little bag, whatever. He was finishing the lobs. I know people get mad if he don't dunk it or if he lay it up. Like I genuinely do not care as long as you know what I'm saying? 2 points is 2 points. It is what it is. Like, I don't care how you get it. He did have a couple jams, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, to me, I just felt like the energy was off, the camaraderie was off. Like, I wasn't seeing a whole lot of handshaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like to me, it just didn't seem like nobody was excited to be back. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it was a level. I don't know. Like I said, it could be just everybody was locked in, serious, focused, trying to like, all right, like let's apply some of this we worked on, or like let's work on feeding Da the ball more, or whatever the case may be. Because, like I said, I feel like that whole first half, like I don't think Chris Paul took a shot until like I want to say I don't remember to like maybe the third quarter before he got pulled out. They all played around 20 minutes. Like I don't. I think Chris Paul might have shot the ball like maybe twice, like maybe twice. But yeah. So yeah, I felt like it was just a whole lot of force feeding Da. A lot of people was passing up open looks, like, oh, here you go, Da, or whatever the case may be. So that's it. And like I said, I feel like in the grand scheme of things, I feel like to fix this, I feel like as the time go on, like time will kind of fix that wound or like get the camaraderie right. But I feel like if I want to lay it on one person to feel like they need to be the one to be the glue of this team, I'm gonna put it on Mikal Bridges because I feel like Mikal Bridges is close enough to Da and also close enough to Booker and CP3 because I feel like it's kind of like a divide within the team a little bit, or there's a disconnect between Da and you know what I'm saying, Devin Booker and Chris Paul. And I feel like Mikal Bridges can be the glue guy to keep it all together. Like, you know how people be like, oh, we stand together for the kids. And Mikal Bridges can be the kids. You know what I'm saying? He can be the one to keep everything together and get everybody gelling right and just be the comic relief. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what I'm kind of tasked with Mikal Bridges on the season. He looked not too bad himself either, even though, like I said, I feel like I want to see just a little bit more defense on Mikal Bridges, just like ISO one-on-one defense. Like I think he's a good team defender, a good help defender, but I want to see him like lock people down more. You know what I'm saying? I've only seen it a couple times. I've seen him lock down Steph, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see, like, it seems like whenever short point guards, like that's his bag. But whenever somebody's his size or bigger than him, like he had trouble with it. But to dive in some of the more cons I've seen, I'm actually glad that this team came out here and just kind of whooped our ass. That's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? It was just an ass whooping from start to finish. And the only reason I like the ass whooping is because they are a team that literally is something that the Suns have struggled with even last season, the last 2 seasons. Teams that can shoot the three ball well. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, they could not miss. Like they was hitting everything, contested, whatever the case may be. I was like, God damn, these boys out here is trying to get a contract for real, for real. So The Suns always struggle against teams that can knock down the three well. We always, if you look back at all the losses from last season, it was always against teams that was just out, just caught fire from three for whatever reason. Even though I know that on a Wednesday and you know what I'm saying, on a Wednesday in November, like nobody's, you know what I'm saying, we probably not gonna have to worry about this. But I feel like in the playoffs or against the Mavericks and stuff like that, like they shot a lot of threes. We lost. You know what I'm saying? We struggle against teams that can shoot and make a lot of threes. Against those both of those games, I feel like the both of the crucial games against Golden State, you know what I'm saying, on Christmas Day, and then we had another one that was pretty crucial. I think when they ended our streak, they shot a lot of threes. They can make a lot of threes. You know what I'm saying? Or just some of these rinky dink teams, whenever they can get hot, or like we had a really bad loss against Miami last year, and they hit like they was shooting like I want to say 60-70% from three. So it's just like for whatever reason we can't defend the three. They switched it over to a 3-2, like, but I feel like by that time it was already a little bit too late. And I feel like Chris Paul is just like he's just a liability on defense now. But this is the last con I'll get into before I get into some of the positives. Um, Cam Johnson. I feel like he needs to be able to find his way. I feel like we put him to the starter position like 6 months too soon. And I say that because I feel like Cam Johnson, he's struggling right now to try to like figure out like where his position is or like when to shoot the ball and stuff like that. And I just want like call me crazy, but this is what I want Cam Johnson to do. I want him to watch like film on Jay Crowder in the sense of Jay Crowder and Landry Shamet. These dudes take terrible shots. Cam Johnson, you can take a bad shot. Because I feel like when I watch Cam and I watch him play with the first unit or whenever he plays with, you know what I'm saying, CP3 and Book and all the everybody on the court, I feel like Cam is a good IQ dude in the sense of he doesn't want to take bad shots. And what I want to tell him personally, dog, you have the green light. Let it fly. If you watch Jay Crowder, if you watch Landry Shamet, they let it fly. Like they take bad shots all the time. Like, and I'd rather watch you take bad shots than Jay Crowder and Landry Shamet or campaign. Like they take terrible shots all the time. And I feel like he just has to get out of the mindset of like, I have to take a good shot and be like, no, I'm a professional. I'm a shooter. This is what I get paid to do. I'm gonna let it fly. So that's just my only critique on Cam Johnson. And I feel like if he don't get that right, I can kind of see Torrey Craig taking his spot, his starting spot, and they sliding him because the bench. I'm not gonna get on the bench too much, but the bench is bad. The bench is bad, and I guess going to the pros, I guess Cameron Payne was a little bit of a bright spot, even though I'm a little skeptical just because I feel like he did good. He showed us that he went 8 for 19, which is not the greatest, but I feel like he showed us that okay, he's been working on his right hand, he was working on his layups, trying to get his floater and stuff right, trying to be like, all right, like I'm not trying to blow as many layups this year. I'm like, all right, cool, bet. Like I can understand that. But I feel like I don't know which one I'd rather have at this point. I don't know if I would rather have him playmaking and actually getting everybody else involved because, like I said, I feel like it was a whole lot of running behind Jock Landale, trying to find a space, a crease to get into the paint and throw up a floater. And that's just not what we need. That's not what we need from campaign. We don't need like, yes, we need like 10 to 15 points from you, but I'd rather you run the offense, get every like our second team is looking trash. Our bench is already looking trash. So it's like I don't need you trying to go out there trying to ISO and shoot every shot. Like at least be just like a good facilitator, get the easy looks, you know what I'm saying? Just you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'd rather you do that than try to get to the paint. And like I said, but I'll take it if you can do it consistently. If you can do it consistently and show us that you can make the right hand layups, you can go right, you can hit the floaters, you can hit the, you know what I mean? You can hit the open threes, like, all right, then I'll shut up about it. But like I said, and we don't know what it's gonna look like when Josh Okogie get in there, so ain't no telling. But like I said, I feel like I seen some pros and the stuff of in the sense of like I said, DeAndre Ayton looked good. I feel like Devin Booker just, you know what I'm saying, he just gonna be Devin Booker. Chris Paul is gonna be Chris Paul. Mikal Bridges was all right. I liked Bismack Biyombo. You know what I'm saying? He was out there grabbing boards, even though I feel like we're gonna miss JaVale McGee just because JaVale McGee was just campaign's cleanup man. Whenever campaign made a mistake, JaVale McGee was right there to clean it up. So I need Bismack to do a little bit better in that aspect of it. I kind of wanted to see Dario today just to see what he looked like. We haven't seen him in forever, so I would have liked to seen him, but from even though we lost, I liked what I seen today. You know what I'm saying? It was all right. It wasn't too crazy. We kept the game close and we cut it on and was like, all right, like let's actually try. When we actually try, we actually look good. So man, till next time, man. Till tomorrow. This Lakers play tomorrow, and they saying Anthony Davis might be probable. So I don't know. But tomorrow, man, I might be back with Jeremiah. Till next time, man. Peace.